Well, officials of a charter school are meeting with Pennsylvania education officials today in an effort to keep their school open. Yesterday, Chester Community Charter School held a rally. The public charter school says it's owed $10 million by the cash-strapped Chester Upland School District. Community Charter says the money is needed to continue operating for the rest of the year.
I don't want to point fingers, and that's not what this is about, but management of finances is the utmost, is very important.
I fell victim to the streets due to that lack of education. This life I don't want for my child, and that's where they will head if the school closed down.
The school is suing the district and the State Department of Education for the funding. Well, a charter school in Chester says the school district owes them millions of dollars and still hasn't paid up. Now they're facing the threat of closure.
Today, officials head to Harrisburg to voice their concerns. Eyewitness News reporter Dre Clark joins us now at the Chester Community Charter School with more on that. Dre, good morning.
Good morning, guys. This is a big deal, a big concern here in Chester because Chester Community Charter School is the largest K-8 charter school in the state. It educates some 3,100 students here in Chester. That's essentially almost half of the school students here in Chester. Yet this school is now on the brink of closing because it says it's running out of money. Now, Chester Community Charter is a publicly funded charter school, meaning in essence it is supposed to receive per pupil funding from the Chester Upland School District. But as you guys know from local headlines, the Chester Upland School District recently was almost in danger of closing until recently when a court order ordered the state to give the school district enough money to stay open until June. However, the school district has not paid the Chester Community Charter School. In fact, the charter school says they are owed some close to $10 million, and without that money, they say there is a real possibility that they may have to close the doors here at the school. We came down here yesterday where there was a large pep rally with students, teachers, and administrators, and spoke with the school's CEO.
I don't want to point fingers, and that's not what this is about, but management of finances is the utmost, is very important.
I fell victim to the streets due to that lack of education. This life I don't want for my child, and that's where they will head if the school closed down.
And so certainly a lot of parents are very concerned. Now, yesterday here at the school, they had a large pep rally of some 200 people because today is a day when the Chester Upland school officials will make that trip to Harrisburg to meet with the governor and also the secretary of the Pennsylvania Department of Education to try and reach some kind of settlement on funding. This was a federal court order that the two sides would have to meet to try and hammer out some type of deal, if you will. Now, Chester Community Charter will also have attorneys there at that meeting, but there is no guarantee at the conclusion of that meeting if they're going to actually receive their funding. So until they have something concrete from the state and they get word from the Chester Upland School District, this school here is still very much in limbo, and parents are concerned that in the near future, possibly as early as next month or April, this school could actually close. We certainly will continue to keep our eye on this ever-growing situation. We're live in Chester. Dre Clark, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Yeah, close eye at that. Okay, buddy. Thank you, Dre. Appreciate it. Thank you, Bob. Good morning, everyone. An update this morning on our developing story. Authorities at Mercer County's Rider University say about 40 students were treated for a suspected norovirus last night. A similar illness broke out last week at Princeton University, which isn't far from Rider's Lawrenceville campus. Several students were taken to hospitals. Some were treated at Rider. All classes and events will go on today as scheduled. We'll keep you up to date. Well, Chester Charter School is facing closure. They say the school district owes them millions of dollars and still has not paid up.
So officials are heading to Harrisburg today to voice their concerns. Eyewitness News reporter Dre Clark joins us now at the Chester Community Charter School with more on this. Dre, good morning.
Good morning, guys. This is a big concern because Chester Community Charter educates about 45% of the children here in Chester. It is the largest K-8 charter school in the state here, but it is in big trouble. And many people say, well, no one here at the school is willing to point any fingers. Many people say the source of that trouble lies with the state and the Chester Upland Public School District. It looks and sounds like a typical pep rally at the Chester Community Charter School in Chester. But the large signs and loud screams are really a passionate plea to Governor Tom Corbett to please help keep their school open.
We're not going to accept being treated unfairly anymore.
The future of Chester Community Charter is in serious jeopardy because the school is running out of money. The charter school is publicly funded, meaning it's supposed to receive some per pupil funding from the Chester Upland School District. But the district barely has any money, so until it stopped paying the charter school last year. Through a court order, Chester Upland secured enough money from the state to stay open until June, but it still owes the charter school close to $10 million. The charter school has filed a lawsuit against Chester Upland and the state, but so far to no avail. The charter school says Chester Upland is still delinquent.
I don't want to point fingers, and that's not what this is about, but management of finances is the utmost is very important.
The school's CEO David Clark says the immediate solution to their problem is a simple but painful one to consider.
There's a possibility that the doors will have to be closed.
So today, Chester Upland school leaders will meet with state officials at the state capitol in Harrisburg to try and reach a settlement for more funding. Chester Community Charter will also have lawyers at the meeting, but there's no guarantee they'll get the money they so desperately need to stay open and operating. Parents are certainly hoping for the best. So we are essentially looking at the possibility of some 3,100 students not having a school to go to as early as next month or April if the Chester Community Charter does not get that funding. Now, as for that meeting today with the state, if the Chester Upland School District officials cannot reach a settlement with the governor and the secretary of the state's Department of Education, they will have to explain to a judge why that is the case. Meanwhile, this situation here at Chester Community Charter is still very much in limbo. We're live in Chester. Dre Clark, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Dre, thank you. We'll get back to you. Well, thank you, Bob. Here's a look at some of the news events happening today. Representatives from the Chester Community Charter School hit the road to Harrisburg today. They say money owed to them can keep their school in operation through June.